Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. Today is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My day is going great. It is actually really the weekend for me. So I told you I had to kind of switch things up a little bit and how I film, what I'm doing in my life right now so that I can get everything I need to do in a day and get it done. So today's video is going to be what we're eating for the weekend. It's easy. It's kind of like a gather your fragments, but it's a real life look into what we ate for the weekend. I used to do cooking on Friday and have it for the entire weekend. That worked good for a season. Well, guess what? I'm in a new season. So I'm still gathering my fragments just a little bit differently. So this is the food that we had yesterday. For this morning's breakfast, I thought I would make a warm, yummy breakfast because it's a little bit chilly. I had the windows open last night and it's a little bit frozen in here. It's only like 49 degrees outside. A little cold for our southern bodies here. So I'm taking some tortillas. These are my corn and flour tortillas. I'm going to put them in my little molds here that I got. And then these I'll bake in the oven till they're crisp. And then I'm going to fill them with like a breakfast burrito filling. So make it delicious. It'll be tasty. Everybody have their nice little tortilla. Just a good little breakfast. Then over here on the stove, what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be heating up some sausage crumbles. This is already cooked, so just from a frozen state to a cooked state, heat these up on this pan. And then in my other pan here, I have some shredded hash browns. They're really frozen, so I'm just going to set them in here and kind of fry them up. I'm questioning in my mind how much of these potatoes do I actually cook. So I would just cook all of it, and I'll put the rest in the refrigerator. If I need it for another day, I can use it. And then I'm just going to mix up some breakfast sausage gravy. It's country gravy. Just mix it with water and put it in the microwave. It's way easier than doing it on the stove. What I'm going to do is crack, I think I'm going to do a dozen eggs. I might have to do a little bit more over here in this bowl. And I'll whisk it together. And this I'll put in the pan when the sausage is done. So these potatoes, I feel like I'm adding a lot of oil to them, but they are very plain potatoes. They're not even coated with anything. They're meant to be deep fried for a restaurant. So they're definitely, I'm adding a lot more here. And I totally forgot to film adding salt and pepper, but adding that to my eggs and to the potatoes. And the little tortilla things are really good. These are flour and corn tortillas. So you can, it smells like the corn, but they have the pliability of the flour. So these are almost done in here, and then I'm gonna start assembling. Something else I'm going to mix up together is some homemade hot cocoa. So I have this made. We made this last year. It lasts a long time in your pantry. And so I'm going to use how the kids have been using the packets, you know, because store-bought is a little bit better sometimes than homemade in their eyes. So I'm just going to make this up. We have a lot of this not milk right here. And so it'll be good mixed up. I'll even add a little bit of vanilla flavoring to it. And it'll just kind of mask this because it does have a little bit of a coconutty flavor. So this will be good for a drink because it's chilly. So then since I'm just already on a roll with cooking, I decided to heat up the meat for it that I'm going to do for tonight. These are those Euro little meat strips. I'm just going to cook these because I'm going to place them on sub buns and make subs tonight. So while it's hot, I might as well just keep cooking it. I'm gonna continue making my sandwiches. I'm gonna chop this up and fry it on the pan. Here is dinner. So just cut this. So this looks good. Look at that. The cheese and the peppers. That's going to be really good. I left some without for them. Nice and crispy. Not very pretty looking, but it's good. Miracle Whip or ranch if they want to have some salsa and chips I pulled out. Not Pinterest worthy here. And then we can put tomatoes on it, pickles here, lettuce, and a cup of watermelon. This watermelon's actually really good, nice and sweet. So this will be dinner for tonight, nice and easy. So it's easy. It's an easy thing. The breakfast is great. Little munchy things. We have a little bit left over. The sub sandwiches were good. Some kids were like, onions and peppers. I'm like, you ate them in the other thing. They're like, I know, but it's okay. It was a meal and we sat down and ate. And the watermelon was really good. It's very sweet. So we'll have more of that today. So today is actually Sunday morning. So I am going to make some breakfast. I bought some more eggs. We ended up going to the store yesterday and I picked up a few things for the week groceries. Very small. I bought a gallon of milk, 2 gallons. I think they got 2 chocolate milk. We bought some bread for the week, sandwiches, and then we got eggs. Is that it? Yeah, so I got another box of eggs. They were $11. I was like, okay, we can do this because I know we're making a lot of breakfasts and we're going to need eggs for that. And so we've been enjoying having those nice, wholesome, filling kind of brunch kind of meals, but today I thought I'm gonna make something a little bit simpler and easy because we're gonna be getting out the door for church. It's a little bit chillier. If you can tell, I've got my sweater on. I don't ever wear a sweater. So I thought, why don't I make some oatmeal? Just simple oatmeal. This is a really easy, filling way to feed your family. If you can't afford eggs because they're expensive, you can't afford the meat, you can't afford all of those wonderful things, try to balance it out and have different things in between. So oatmeal is a great filler. It's a great filler. It'll fill your belly full and your children's belly. And it might not be their favorite. They might prefer the eggs. They might prefer the pancakes, all those things. But the oatmeal will fill them up much better than like cereal will. I'm an advocate of cereal and milk. Do that if you have to. I get you. I've done that many times. You see my groceries, you see my life. But got a lot of oatmeal. I don't have a lot. I have this much oatmeal to use up. You go through spurts. Like you eat a lot, then you don't. So I'm gonna try now that the weather's breaking, a little bit cooler, to get some oatmeal back into my kids' daily routine for the week. So oatmeal is one of those things that if you've never had it, like I never grew up eating oatmeal. So I remember the first time I had oatmeal, I was like, oh, yeah, gross. Ugh, don't even like it. So it took me some time to like it. And so what we did was like, all right, we made a very small amount. And it was like, okay, let's slowly eat this. So it was like, you got to have 2, 3, whatever it was, 3 bites. I know it sounds tiny, but start small. You got to eat it. And they're like, and it's the texture. For me, it was the texture. So it just took time to get to eating it. So if you just say, here, you got to eat 3 bites today, go ahead. If they got to douse it in sugar, let them douse it in sugar. Eventually you can cut back on that. But it's kind of like yogurt. When you make homemade yogurt, if they're used to like, Danimals or the store stuff, it's filled with sugar. So when you make homemade, it's real plain and you're like, what? And you try to do the healthy approach and add less. Well, kids aren't going to like that. So add more sugar to it if you add like a fruit puree, and then you know what? You can always wean back. That's what you got to do. Don't shock them with the very bland right away because they're going to be like, I don't even like this. So wean your way back. So that's what you do with oatmeal. Eventually they will learn to like it, just like with everything. If your place, had food placed before and you hate it, guess what? Eventually you have a little bit of it every day. Eventually you'll learn to eat it. That's just how it goes. So I'm going to make apple cinnamon oatmeal because I've got all my apples here, frozen apples right here. I'm not using all this, so I'm just going to kind of pound this, or actually I'll probably break it off so that I can add it to my oatmeal. So first I'm going to get my pot out. I was looking looking for my small one. I guess I have a big one. That's what we're gonna use here. So what I'm gonna do for mine, what I'm gonna take my pot right here and I'm just gonna put some butter in it. Just about, I'll put about a tablespoon of butter in here. And then we're gonna melt this on the stove and then we're gonna add, you know what, can I just add everything to it now? You should do it in steps. Let me go put this in the stove over here. Put that over there. Let's bring you over here. This is gonna go real quick. This is how you make yourself some easy breakfast. Eggs, I mean, there's a lot of breakfasts that cook easy, but oatmeal is real easy. You can kind of cook it and leave it. You can do the overnight oats. You can do oatmeal in the, like your pressure cooker, slow cooker. That works really good too. You're gonna add some sugar in here. I'm using brown sugar. There you go. Make sure you add lots of sugar if your kids aren't used to oatmeal. So I'm gonna do lots of sugar. And then this, I'm gonna do about half these. So we'll do about half of these in here, and then we're just gonna kind of cook this for a few minutes till the apples get soft. Let those cook. Okay, so the apples have been boiling here, so now I'm gonna add my water. I think I'm gonna do, I'm debating how much oatmeal. I think I'm just gonna do, you do too much, the kids are not gonna eat it. So let me do, oh wait, gotta do double, hold on. 6 cups of water, because I'm gonna do 3 cups. That's 4, did I do that right? Yeah, okay, I had to think, did I do that right? And then I'm gonna add some cinnamon here. Always check your thing and make sure it's cinnamon and not something else. And some nutmeg here to this. And you need a pinch of salt, which is over here. Right here. Stir this up, it smells good. Bring this to a boil, and then once this comes to a boil, I'll add the oatmeal to it. After your oatmeal has come to a boil, you're gonna add, or not your water. After your water has come to a boil, you're gonna add your oatmeal here. So I'm gonna add 3 cups. This is old-fashioned oats. If you do the quick oats, it's whatever. I just like the thicker ones. Bigger ones, not thicker ones, bigger ones in here, and then just stir it. And then you just let this boil for about 3 to 5 minutes. And it's gonna thicken up and make oatmeal. This is easy, easy breakfast. And then I can focus on getting the kids out the door for church, you know, because that's always a chore. So, early church tomorrow. And it's probably better to prepare something beforehand, like overnight breakfast casserole, moms. Just put it in the oven and you don't have to worry about making anything in the morning. That's an easy way too, but if you didn't, like myself, do anything, then just make a pot of oatmeal on the stove. This is a lot of oatmeal. This will be good. We'll have some of this for breakfast and then we'll have some leftovers. Almost there. Okay, so breakfast is done. I decided, you know what, I got a few minutes. I'm gonna hurry up and try to get dinner done for the day because it's simple. We have a lot of leftovers to use up, so I'm gonna try to focus on those, but when we get home from church, it's nice to have a nice warm meal ready to go. So what I'm gonna do, this is easy, gathering fragments. We have these tiny little smoky hot dog things that we haven't done anything with. I wrote down to do a smoky casserole with them, and then I realized it's got like cooked potatoes, cooked carrots, and cream mushroom soup, so I don't want to do all that. So I'm just literally gonna fry these and cook these. I've got a pot of water boiling right here, and I'm gonna boil pasta, macaroni, and then I'm gonna make 2 things of mac and cheese. I'm gonna do one that's dairy free and one that's not, and I'll put these in the oven and keep it on warm, and then when we get home from church, it'll be all nice and delicious eating, which will be good. This is the dairy free, the Daya cheese, and they really like this. So this is easy, and then we have leftovers. So we still have like spaghetti casserole in there. There is some chicken and gravy in there. There's a little bit of taco stuff. There's enough to kind of everybody kind of grab one more thing to eat up, and then we will gather up those fragments and have nothing go to waste, which is a good thing. So always focus on trying to gather up and use what you can instead of just making all new all the time. So I know even for myself, I was like, do I make a big giant meal today? Do I? And I'm like, you know what? We're focusing on gathering up, and that's what I'm really trying to do. Clean out my freezers, do those things. It's like a clean out freezer pantry challenge, but it's not a challenge, it's just life. So we just do it often, going through using things up. I don't mind stuff sitting in my freezer, like this is in my freezer for a while. And I don't mind stuff doing that for a long time, but it's like, oh, eventually you gotta kind of use it up. Rarely do we throw things away, very rare. I was cleaning out my pantries this last week, you saw this week, and there was like a few grains in there that I had for a long time and had done nothing with, and I had no intentions of doing it. I wanted to when I bought them, and then I just never did. So just use what you can. So this is good. All right, water's gonna be boiling. I'm gonna add pasta. We're gonna fry these up. It's gonna be easy. I'll put them in the oven, covered. It'll be easy dinner for me today. hurry up and get done before I have to head out the door. So the stoneware pot takes a lot longer to heat up than the other ones do. So I'm like, hurry, hurry. So pasta's boiling. I'm going to be straining that, and then I'm going to kind of balance it between two bowls here. I've got one. All I did last time was put this cheese on top, and they really liked it. Not adding any milk or anything else, and just stirring it in. That was easy. And the other one, we have Velveeta cheese. Remember Aunt Julie's mac and cheese? Bought some Velveeta, so it's like canned nacho cheese, same thing too. So I will just chop. I'm gonna probably cut this up beforehand with some milk and put some mild cheddar in my other pan here. So when the pasta's done, I can just add it, stir it up, cover it, and stick it in my oven is at 350, so I can actually just shut it off before I leave. It'll still stay warm, or I can set on a timer to shut off. Either way. The dishes haven't been put away, so where are my scissors? I don't know. We're just gonna use a knife, probably somewhere. So this is really good. Just squeeze this in here. Probably doesn't look good, but for somebody that can't do dairy, it's a wonderful taste. There's that right there. This one right here, I'm just going to take the Velveeta and chop it up. I use about that. Chop some chunks in here. This is going to be the creamy part of it. I have to do a little bit more. Velveeta cheese. Oh, the chunks. Look at all that. Ugh, try to pull those apart. There's a lot right there. And then we add milk in this one. We'll see, that might be it right there. I feel like I'm playing beat the clock and hurry up and get things done before the timer goes off. I know, I'm just trying to hurry and get done here. So the pasta, it just overflowed for a minute. Ooh. All right, now overflowed and put the burner out, so it's on now. So that is gonna boil, let that finish up. I don't need to cook it all the way because we will be cooking it in the oven for a few minutes. And then I'm just gonna put it in here, stir it, see what it looks like. If it needs more liquid, add more liquid, but this is, and the other one I'll just kind of stir it together. I probably won't put that mac and cheese in the oven. I might, I should, shouldn't I? I will, I'll just cover it really good. You can add your favorite milk that I don't have any almond unsweetened. I have like the not milk one, but it tastes a little bit of coconut, so I don't want to add that because it does change and alter the flavor of it, and they don't like that way. I can use it for certain things, but not I don't think I want to ruin the entire mac and cheese with that because we're new to that brand milk there. So, but this is good. Easy way. What are, you know, and there's so many easy dishes you can do, to make your life a whole lot easier than I am this morning. But I was in the mood to get up and make food, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna make it. I'm gonna make it and then have a free day today, which is nice, and just enjoying my family and spending time together because we've got this. And like I said, we've got enough leftovers to heat us for the rest of the weekend, which will be nice. And then I'll be making new food in the coming week. So it's a good day. Relaxing and enjoyable. It'll be good. Making food is relaxing for me. It really is. Maybe not to some people, but to me it is. So it's good. All right, boil the pasta. This mac and cheese looks perfect. See how the white is through this? This will absorb nicely when you put it in the oven. So make it so you can kind of see the milk, and then it's not going to dry. So let me stick this in my oven. Now this other one, I just have to stir it. It's real simple. Okay, so this is it. I'm done. I don't have to do anything else. This is gonna bake in the oven for a few minutes. I'm gonna shut the oven off. It'll stay warm until we get home and continue bake. You know, it's gonna continue baking as it slows down, but as long as I can get 10, 15 minutes in the oven, that's all I need. And then that's it. Dinner for today is done. This is how you do a good weekend, easy weekend. We gathered our fragments for sure with all of the food that we made, the little sub things, and then now this. I'm just gathering. It's gather your fragment weekend. Can I do that? I can do that, right? We're gonna be gathering up, using up things that we have in there, so you're not tempted to run. Even today, I was gonna go, I'll stop and get a package of hot dog buns on the way home from church today. And then I was like, do I do that? And I'm like, you know what? I don't have to stop, so there's no reason to today. I do because I had hot dogs and these mini ones. I thought, oh, we'll do hot dogs. But I'm like, you know what? I don't need to. We'll live without hot dog buns. We can have the mini ones with the mac and cheese. That'll be good. I'll save the hot dogs for another day, and I'll get a package of buns another time when I'm already out. So, all right. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed today's video, the couple of meals that we had for the weekend. So you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Remember, you are designed, created, and selected by God to do great, wonderful things. And I'm excited to hear what He's doing in your life. So have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye.